Be able to hear the LA traffic, but it's cool, because once you get used to it, you're pretty accustomed to the sound of the traffic, passing by fast here in LA. Anyway, this is the first episode of the podcast, the Crossfaded Podcast. So I just want to take the time to let you know, I'm crossfaded right now, and I'm faded right now, and I'm about to get some wings too, some hot wings. Anyway, this is just a podcast, to have fun. I've been teaching a lot in my other podcasts, but in this one, it's just about having fun. And, this time, what I want to talk about, my cousin, earlier we were at work, and my cousin, he started talking about how, he saw some girl in the street, walking. He's like, tell her something, tell her what's up, basically. I looked at her, and I was just like, nah, I just want to leave her alone. I mean, she's just a girl walking down the street. You think she wants someone to, talk to her? So I told him, I was like, nah, if I want to talk to some girl, I'll probably, just go to the club, I'll go to, wherever, I'll go to, so this brings me to the point of the podcast, this small podcast right here. The Crossfaded Podcast, the first episode. Where the girls at? Where are the girls at? You're looking for the girls that are bored, that are looking for guys that are just looking at them. They want to be seen. So, my best bet is to go, if you have a car, and, you have a nice car, or you have something, you're good looking, just go to a Target, man. Go to a Target, go to a Walmart, go to a mall. Find yourself in those places, But anyway, this is a funny podcast. This not, nah. Find yourself, going with the girls. And, if you're good looking, they're interested in you, they're going to look at you, they're going to want to talk to you. So, you're just going out there, You don't have to necessarily find all your girls on Instagram, that's kind of whack. Well, to me, that's kind of whack, Yeah, to not to everyone, that's not whack to everyone. But to me, it's kind of whack because, I'm kind of looking for, like, some girl that I could, like, have a conversation with, to be honest. I don't want to sound like a bitch, but that's basically what I'm looking for. And if I find a girl, in person that, is, first of all, she's able to express what she wants to say, so, if she's interested in me, she'll talk to me, There's a lot of females like that. A lot, you come across them, talk to you, They're literate. They're able to put their feelings in words, basically, at the best, at the best that they can, You find all sorts of people, so you want to find the type of girls that are down, that are open. And, you kind of find those girls, naturally. Why? Because they're naturally open to new situations, so you're just there, sitting down somewhere, they might be interested in you, so they might be open to speaking to you or opening a conversation with you. It's like an open minded person, kind of like an extroverted person, kind of like creative, kind of like all in the same dimension, So you can trust that someone like that can keep a conversation going at least, And you wanna, let's say, like a woman, like a girl, let's say some girls are just, I guess they're not, as literate as, as us. Literally, they just look at your image and then they see, maybe based on your image, based on how you look, or based on the stuff around you, That's a big one right there because, you have good things around you. There's a lot of things going on around you. Good things that, she's attracted to. Anyway, I just, wait, I'm about to take a sip of this Bud Light, So this is the Crossfaded Podcast, This is the Crossfaded Podcast right here. But anyway, you want to kind of show them that you're open to conversations, basically, You want to say, what, yeah, I'll have a conversation with you. Why wouldn't you, Unless you're scared of something. But, fear? No. In psychology, fear, the one thing that blocks fear, like if you want to know what's something that can block my fear? It's literally anger, Anger blocks fear. So, no matter what the situation, if you find yourself angry, it blocks all fear. That's something dangerous. You don't want to practice that. But in a situation where you're like, you know what, you can take it any way, but kind of like you want to take it the smart way. You don't want to take it like in a way where you're putting other people. Those people are like not important to you, basically. Um, Everyone's supposed to be, you're supposed to respect everyone. Even if you're smarter than someone, you want to, like, let's say you beat them in a verbal conversation or you beat them in a certain, you make your point. You don't always want to go overboard, because, you just need to, just get your point across and that's it, You don't have to, go mad in on people, talk mad shit. That's just one thing, But it all goes in with with the female. You know why? Because the female can catch on. How literate you are. How if if you're not making eye contact, that means to them it means you're not willing to make conversation. It's the same thing with like anybody. If you're walking down the street and someone's looking at you in your eyes, that means they have something to say. Basically, that's your first instinct right there. And if you're walking down the street, you're looking at someone, they might think, he wants to tell me something. There's something he wants to catch my attention, So there's a reason that's happening as well. A lot of things are happening at the same time, and you might just, think you live in one dimension. You're thinking about, you think that people view the world the way that you view it, and that's not the way it is. Sometimes as humans, you're not as conscious as other humans, So you don't see the world the same as another, let's say, a successful person, You just don't. And so it's just like, some people can't see color, That's fucked up, but it's true. And you can't see it, They can't see it, but it's there. It doesn't mean that it's not, it doesn't exist. And so sometimes we're unconscious to what's going on around us, It's like, you start your own, you go in and you start a job that, you're barely starting, you have zero, kind of like when you're young, you go in there, you don't know what you're doing. You're kind of like, unaware of everything going on, You're not conscious of it. Sometimes we're like that, Sometimes it's happening right in front of our eyes and we're unaware of it, But some people are, like I'll say, unconscious of, what's going on, Not everyone is conscious and it's like, they know what's going on just like you do. Or, you're not, you don't see what's going on just like someone else does, maybe sometimes. And that's where, being naive comes in, If you're naive to a certain, thing, someone is already accustomed to it, they're well conscious of it, you're you know what your position is at that point, you know who you are. And so that kind of ends my podcast right there because it's a Crossfaded podcast. I'm feeling pretty crossfaded. And, I just want to do something, I just want to make this podcast and let you guys know that, you might feel like you're confused. You're not confused, A lot of people are already thinking and already thought about what you are barely even putting into words, basically. So there's answers to everything. You just got to go out there and find them. And you got to be open to, letting go of your beliefs. Letting go of the stuff that you believe. It's sometimes everyone says, oh, we're in the future now. It's 2019, 2020. But are your beliefs really up to date? Are you really looking at science? Let's say you own an iPhone. Do you really believe in science or do you believe in other beliefs, Because you having an iPhone means that you believe in science, means that you believe in, satellites, signals, what we're telling you, so if we're telling you one thing, you'll feel like, But anyway, I just want to end that podcast right there and just let you know that there's going to be a part 2 coming up, so, if you want to see that, go ahead and just, subscribe and, watch.